Hey guys, I want to make a quick video, hopefully it's quick, of my install. I'm going to be installing and mounting 6 dually XLs by Rigid. I got a RZR Turbo S. A buddy of mine was browsing Amazon the other day, and these were like, I think 55 or 65 bucks a piece, and normal price on them is like 225, 250 bucks a piece. So I had to take advantage of that, and they're pretty big. It's not the regular dualies with the 4 LEDs. This have 9 LEDs in them. Anyways, they only had the diffused, which is like basically a flood, and then spots. So I got 4 spots and the 2 diffused. These lights put out a pretty decent amount of light, so I need further out light, so I should be covered with the spots. Anyways, what I did when I started, figured out how to get these things even across, and basically 6 inches and 1/8 is the gap between where the holes will be drilled. I ended up going with them in a straight line. I kind of liked these moved up. It looks kind of cool, but it doesn't really serve any function. And the reason why the the mounting will be 6 1/8, and that's because of where the roof hardware is. There's a bolt here and a bolt here, which I have in right now. That was the exact measurement. Anyways, so I'm utilizing the 2 outside lights will utilize the hardware from the actual roof, and then I'll just drill holes for the middle 4. Alright, well, I guess the next thing is to start drilling. I want to give you a little preview on how I lined everything up and got measurements and everything. Didn't really want to be drawing all over this with a Sharpie, so I just laid some blue tape down. Got my center line, and then from there I started measuring out what I knew my gap was, 6 1/8 and so on. Now originally I was going to have them mounted up here on this line, but then I wanted to utilize this bolt here, because if I were to have it in line here or even back a little bit, I've got to go through the roof plus this piece here of the cage, and there's like a gap there, and I didn't know if that was going to work out or not. Then I thought, well, I've got this bolt here, I might as well try to utilize it. So anyways, I measured them both up, used a square and got a straight line, whatever. Pretty basic stuff, but it's a good way to get everything mocked up, and then you can, place your lights here, here, and I was kind of going back and forth, but I think in a straight line just looks cleaner. There's really no need to have them forward. Okay, time to drill. Wish me luck. Okay, drilled the 4 holes. I just did a little pilot hole, 1/8 inch bit, and then I just used a unibit, step bit. This one's a lot larger than I need, but I use this one to deburr. For whatever reason, you're drilling through this aluminum, it creates all these burrs, so without you like filing it down, it's going to scratch everything up. I just used a bigger step bit. Anyways, I'm going to install the lights next and go from there. Here's something to note. In order to use their hardware that they give you, I pre-built all these, put the brackets on, but you cannot get this in there unless you come up from the bottom, which I guess I could do. I don't know. Basically, I'm going to have to put them on one at a time. Take them apart and then install the bracket, and then install the hardware onto the light in there. Anyways, thought you should know. Here we are days later. The install is completely finished. They're all mounted I drilled it through the roof. Wasn't too stoked on what I did for here, but essentially these lights come with these like anti-vibration brackets that you can put. Actually, they're supposed to go between the bracket on bottom and on top, but I just needed to use them as essentially for like a spacer. So I'll get some different hardware later, but I did like how this is at least smooth. I don't know, somebody gonna hit their head on a bolt sticking out. Wasn't really too stoked on that. I utilized their 6 wiring harnesses that they provided because they have their special connectors. I think it's like a Deutsch or whatever. 3 wires coming off this side. The 3 lights for that side went down that rail. Wasn't too difficult to get them to run down the cage. I clamped each one of them into the vise, and I just put it on the end of a drill and twisted them all, so I knew that this was a light, this was a light, and this was a light. I wasn't sure how I was going to ground them, but I ended up taking these 3 grounds from this light side and this 3 grounds from that side, put them each on a ring terminal, and then I grounded them to this bus bar, I guess you call it. All the positives are ran into their own ring terminals, which are then just ran through a bolt, which then goes to the relay. The relay is powered by a 10 gauge wire, 20 amp fuse, and then from there it comes out. It's got like an 8 gauge or 10 gauge that goes to all this. I had to do what I had to do with the time I had. The shop that I went to go buy this from, they were completely out of like distribution blocks, so that would have been nicer to have like a distribution block down here. But whatever, it works, and it works. So I'm all about function, not really necessarily looks. So yeah, those are all up there. And then I had to go to like O'Reilly's and buy a rocker switch, which I put there. I took the other side out because I bought a dust light, which I'll make a video on that install later. But yeah, it works. All 6 of them come on at the same time, which is what I wanted. I'll do a video shot at night with the output. It's going to be seconds for you guys, but it'll be a couple weeks for me until I'm out in the desert again at night. But I did try it out just on my street here at night, and it was pretty intensely bright. I have a 50-inch bar on that truck, which is like from Morimoto. It's like a mid-level light, and it wasn't nearly as close to intense. So the 4 spots and the diffused think are going to put out a nice pattern. I'll just have to adjust the spots so that I don't get one big spot. I can kind of get it, you know, further out. Anyways, there is the install. I hope you guys were able to learn something from it. I'm still getting used to the way it looks. I don't know if I would have liked these ones to be forward to kind of match the roof line. Whatever, it is what it is, and it works fine. Like I said, I'll have to figure out a different hardware setup for that because I'm not too happy with the way it looks, but that was the hardware I had, so I ended up using it. Thank you for watching.